Well, that's a great way to start things off, right? Or how about a Schwimmwagen? Pretty cool, huh? Everything in this video is going to be stuff that is super rare, cars that have low miles, incredible stuff. So stick around. This is a reproduction of the Dino's Dinosaurus car. This was over at Richard McPeak's shop, I believe. I don't know, all these ended up there. He did all the lettering on it, pinstriping, I think. I don't know, there's so many of these reproduction cars or whatever that are around, so anyway. And that is coming to the shop to get the engine put in. That kind of gives you an idea of what we're doing with the 2021. Yeah. Is that Richard's work? I think so. This is an old race car here too. I don't know what. We had one of these, a stretch bug that the nose was longer. Whose was this one? So that's pretty cool. How about that for protection? And on the wall there's a bus with wheels spinning there. Maybe you can see that. So check that out. Like some sort of display for something. I don't know. It's got camper windows on it. Pretty cool. There's VW service signs. There's just stuff everywhere. So you guys, I'm going to try and film as much of it as possible for you. So hopefully before it gets too crowded. This is a original paint. I believe this is all original. Original upholstery, original paint, low miles. There's a lot of stuff like that here. I don't know the whole history on all of them, but I believe this is the one. It says on it here, got 27,000 miles. Look at that. I mean, the primer's coming, the rust is coming through. Original paint. The bumpers are even wearing off, you can see, as it is very old. What is this, a 66? I wonder if it's 6 volt or 12 volt. Does it have the little logo there? That's probably 6 volt. Look at that, original seats. Just amazing stuff, guys. It's all kind of packed in here, so I'm bumping into things already. Pretty nice. So that's a 66. Is that? That's got to be Cumulus, right? And then there's with the blue white 65, I think, right? Yeah, I think that's Cumulus. It's a little bit grayer. What's this one here? 59 bins. These are super rare, guys. This is a 59. Before they had a double cab, they had a. This was a Coachbuilt. If you look at them, they're really easy to notice because the door is extra wide and the window is wider. And so this was a Coachbuilt double cab. They're really rare. There's a few around. You can see them at shows, but it's nice to know what you're looking at, right? So yeah. Really cool. Look at that. The seam here. So you can see the bed went right there. Pretty cool. So this is just a 67 double cab. And it's owned by a Finnish carpenter, he says on it. But if you see here, it doesn't have those details. Like along here, it doesn't have the line. This one's like a pearl white, I believe. 67. They're really close together. Double door. A 4-door double cab. So it's got doors on both sides. Don't tell me that One of the American brands was the first one to come up with a crew cab. I think it was all Volkswagen, guys. Everybody wanted them. And now look at all the trucks you got out there, right? 60 double cab. Amazing collection. Stuff on the walls, guys. Look at this. I mean, even things that aren't Volkswagen, but they're just so cool. Tractor. Stuff from Germany. The 76 sign is pretty cool. I mean, there's just stuff everywhere. There's these things here. I know some of you guys may never get here, so I want to film a lot of this for you guys. Think value. What a banner that was, right? Now, this is a super rare car, guys. I don't know what the engine was. Yeah, this was a Denzel. So this had the Denzel engine in it. A Denzel, what's this thing called? Coachbuilt. So 57, but it's got 4-lug wheels. I wonder what those came off of. Looks a lot like a Porsche, but it's not. And the Denzel was that the roller bearing engine? I think it had roller bearing engine in it. If I remember correctly. I don't know all the stuff. Again, guys, this is another super rare car. These are just, you don't see these anywhere. This is an air-cooled engine in the back. Okay. This all leather upholstery, I believe. This is a Rometsch. They had a couple different Rometsches. Okay, and this is another Coachbuilt. So it's a Coachbuilt car. There's I don't know, in the hundreds, probably, maybe less than 100. Really rare. So look at that, really cool. Look at the door handles on that thing. The steering wheel's kind of like a Batwing, right? It's not the same. Look, it has these little bumps on it, and then how did they restore that? Isn't that amazing? And look at the gauges, kind of like Karmann Ghias ones, but do they go backwards? Is that opposite of Karmann Ghias? I don't know. Look at that. These are cars you probably never see. You might not ever see one of these in your lifetime. But it's just such a regular looking car. It just looks like a regular car. It's longer than a Porsche. And then another really rare one right here. So this is, let's see what this one is. I don't even know what the names of some of these are, guys. They're so rare. I think it has a Batwing wheel on this one. It's got to be early 50s. Dannenhauer and Stauss, another Coachbuilt. And look at the front of that. Wow. Amazing car right here. Look at that. The white walls on it just really pop with the black paint. And look at the handles. Suicide doors with Volkswagen handles. And you've got Batwing wheel. Is that Karmann Ghias? Karmann Ghias gauges? Is that what that is? I don't know. And look at the switches on there. They're different. Really neat. Look at that. Really cool. Again, air-cooled engine. I don't know what size. Could be a 36 horse in that era, but it also could have Porsche stuff in it. It could be, they could be using the Denzel engine. I don't know. The Denzel and the Crassa were the things around at that time. So another really super rare car. This is a split vert. So people go, well, the most rare Volkswagen was the Hebmüller. Nope. There's less of these in existence right here. Now, some of you guys are going to say, hey, he never drives these. Okay, I saw this car was driven all the way to Solvang from here. 10 cars. He took 10 of them to Solvang. Had drivers hop in them and drove it. This is one of them. Drove it all the way out there. 50 vert. Drove it out there. Super rare car. I don't think they went on the highway very much. They kind of side streeted it. They went through. Had to go on some highway. But you look at that. That's original upholstery in there. Original upholstery. Looks like the original top. Can't confirm that though, but I know the upholstery is original. Look at the paint on the wheels. I think that's original paint. I think this outside has been touched up, but it's mostly, a lot of it's original. Really cool. Then we got 46 Split right here. Anything earlier than 49 is just so rare. 46 is, you know, the war car, right? So check that out. No chrome. Got all that. Look at that. Isn't that great? And then the little dimple in the roof. The cloth interior is kind of cool, really cool too. And the hubcaps that they put on these. Like the Porsche nipple kind of. But these are super rare posters right here, guys. These are like super rare. All the upholstery set, all the posters here. Just everything in the walls is like stuff you just never see anywhere. Over here, over there we go. Look at that. Really cool. He's got a cutaway engine here. A 25 horse too. I don't want to get the music there, so I'm not going to get too close to that. And then this here, a miniature. I don't know what this was. A cutaway for a dealership or something. But they minied up a pan that's narrowed the axles and everything for display. It's just a little love seat for the TV over here, right? Really cool. Just a battery tender for all the stuff here, I guess. Just keep them all up. The license plates on the walls. Volkswagen sign. Really cool. Really neat stuff. I love this. Motorola. Remember they made alternator kits for the Volkswagen made in America. Maybe we'll see that again. So here's the elephant in the room. I forget what this is. But this is like super rare right here, guys. And it's air cooled, so look at the logo. They would look at that door handle. These mirrors. German car. I mean, I don't know what this. I think this is Polish or something like that. I forget. But it's got an air-cooled VW engine in it too. So look at that full sedan. I mean, 3 people could ride in the back of that pretty comfortably. No, it isn't a regular Volkswagen air-cooled, is it? I thought it was. But it's something different. Look at that. God, look at how they made the fan on this. The fan goes this way, and then they have the air cleaner in the. It's kind of like something from Corvair and also from Type 4, or maybe Corvair got it from them. I'm sure it's older. Look at that, the tail lights on that. Really neat. Now, the only thing about this car that's kind of odd is seeing out the back window. There's a glass here, and then there's a glass up here. So you had to look through two pieces of glass to see out the back. And they didn't give you two mirrors. Suicide doors in the front. Look at this clock. Wow. Really unique car. I don't know history on this thing. Okay. Next one is a low light Karmann Ghias. I believe this one is original paint. I'm pretty sure it is. He takes us to several shows. I don't remember all the history on it and everything.
Yes. Yeah.
And yes, it gets driven a lot of times to the show. So, a lot of these cars get driven regularly. And sometimes he'll just have a group of guys drive them to the shows. So, Mark's an amazing guy. He just super cool dude. I mean, just amazing. Has this open house, you know, and thank you, Mark. I know he's watching. He watches these videos, and he says he liked what I did last time. So anyway, we're gonna get a little more detail in this one. It's another low light Karmann Ghias. Look at that. This is just amazing. These are so rare. I don't know what year these are. Let me see if the show's in it. I think that one's a 58, and I think this one's a 50. Oh, this is earlier. Okay, the reason I know it's earlier, I'll tell you, is the steering wheel. They used a Beetle steering wheel on the earlier ones, a regular flat wheel. And in the later years, 58, 59, they used their own steering wheel, and they're even harder to find. But it's similar to the Beetle steering wheel. I think it's exactly the same. But so this is probably a 56, I'm going to guess. Without the information on it. See how these are smaller on the low light? I believe this logo is a little bit different too. The lights are just so different. Look at that, the mirror on that. The light's really different too. It's really cool. Excellent car. Really nice. Just everything in here is amazing. There's stuff everywhere. We're going to be going outside, so stick around, guys. Right, so this is a 2004 Beetle. From Mexico. I guess this is one of the last ones built. That's a Mexican Beetle. This was a 96 Mexican Beetle, I believe. God, it's beautiful. I think it's just original. Probably got low 3,000 original kilometers. Wow. That's unrestored. That's just original. I'd like to see the engines on those. Those are pretty neat. This is probably a 79, I'm going to guess. The last year they made the Super. Yep, it's a 79. I love this silver color they put on these. It looked really nice until it started to just come off, remember? Oh, yeah, it's diamond silver, of course. The Porsche used that color. I have it on my Rabbit pickup, L97A. So that was a popular color. It's a really nice color. Came on the Porsche 911, the Rabbit pickup, the Rabbit car, 67 sunroof car. Kind of just a unrestored 37,000 original miles. Original seats, 67. 1 year only stuff on it. Really neat about this car is you could, if you were restoring a 67, you could find all the correct parts on it, right? I don't know what this one is here. We'll look at it and see. Oh, I love that upholstery that's on there. That is cool. I don't know if that's original or... Let's see. 63 unrestored original paint. Original color. So that's how the upholstery looks on this. I mean, they were really trying to sell cars. Everybody hated Germans still because of the war. It was getting... They were kind of getting over it, but... So they put all these really fancy finishes in them and metallic paints in the early years. For a new thing, like on my 54, they put the metallic paint on there just to make it a little dressed up so you'd buy it. Yeah, the crosshatch wheel trim on there. I love those. I have those on a few cars. And then this is a what is this? A Formula V. Couldn't remember the name. So these are pretty cool. Open wheel racing on a Volkswagen chassis. Really neat. Let's go look outside. That's just a Prie? I think so. Unrestored. 1600 it had in, it says. I don't think that's a Speedster. I think it's the whatever the other one was. I can't remember. That is cool. Look at that. Now let's look at the others. We got the 67, 911, I bet. Is that what it is? 66? One of those years. I don't know 911s that well, so. Or 912. 912. 4-cylinder engine. Another 912. I passed one of these up. Guy says, "Hey, you want one of these?" I said, "No, I don't want it." So that's another beauty there, guys. Just amazing looking car. That is just so nice. What's the build sheet on here? Oh yeah, that's what it was new. Wow. Man. So it was 912 was 47.90. So you saved a little bit of money. What was the okay? So the 911 was another $1,200. I mean, that's a lot of money. So people would save a bit of money with buying that 912. Really odd kit. I don't know what this one is. I think it's a kit car, right? Is it? Must be fiberglass kit, I guess. I think I've seen these before, but these kits were popular when I was younger. Oh, it's a Brazilian car. It's not even a kit. Huh. Oh yeah. I've seen pictures of these. I've never seen one in person, I don't think. If you wonder why there's not a lot of people here, usually there is, but I'm here on a pre-event. You know, this is before it's the official event. Starts at like 3, so it's like 1:30 now, so I'm trying to film this all beforehand. Because it gets pretty hard to walk around these. Another really cool one here. It's like a sales flap. It looks like it was not a Westphalia sales flap, but it's really cool, whatever it is. The Westphalia would have the hinges that are cast in it, so but these are still a high roof sales flap, really rare. Definitely has the European taillights. Those are not, you know, if you look at them, the taillights are a little bit different on these. they don't have metal around them. They have something that looks like metal. And the Brazilian ones are even different than that. So again, I think this one is the low miles. I don't know, there's so many different ones. That was the one inside. But this is a beautiful, beautiful velvet green. Just really original color. It looks perfectly matched if it's not original paint. And then this is a 1950 panel, another really rare bus. He's brought this down for the Treffen, which we're having this year, later this year in September. Be sure to, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. You're going to want to see that. It's a 1950 panel. Look at the sunroof in there. I think they added the sunroof. I'm not sure. Because it's really forward. They would be behind that. That's kind of cool because it'd be easier to open from the driver's seat. That's one of my arguments of why I don't have a sunroof. I decided not to get a sunroof on mine. I have to put the sunroof in on my 13 window because it's kind of impractical unless you have a walkthrough to get it open. So I don't know what the deal is with these windows. They were added at some point, so I think they just left it that way because it looks kind of neat. 1950 is a very early panel. Very early. They didn't make very many of these. Then we've got this side here. I'll show you guys a little bit. Let's take a look at this other bus. Look at that long panel. So straight. Well done. If it's restored or if it's original. I think this one's restored, but I'm not sure.
I drove my 56 bug to New York.
Some of these, again, are really low miles. There's a lot of really neat stuff. So then we got another one here is the fire truck. Yeah. It has the water pump in it. The water pump on this is run by a Volkswagen engine. Does it look kind of familiar? See if I can get you guys on the other side. Hopefully you can see it. I can't. And we got that. So the water pump looks like it slides out. I don't really know. I think it slides out this way. I'd have to ask Lynn, and Lynn would know. And then this thing, I forget what this thing is. I can't remember. It was, they told me last year, and I don't remember, but it's got loudspeakers on it. Well, maybe it's just a siren. Look, it's got an electric motor up there for something. What is that? Oh yeah. Let's look at this side, see? Yeah, I don't remember what it is. I've been told what it was and I don't remember. So this is an ambulance? Yeah, late. I don't know the bay window ambulances very well, so looks like a bay window ambulance. Wonder what country they used it in. That's what I can see. Hanover. Red Cross. Let's look inside. Really cool. Guys that can't get here, it's really neat. Really neat. And another, this is the bay window, later model. Looks like they used the same pump for these. Look at the pump on that. And then all the hoses in here. Yeah, that's really cool. They're all rolled up. Versus our trucks that we have. Now you lay them all down flat. Because you can get them out quicker, I think. Look at that, they had a blanked out window in the back. I think even the panels had the back window. This is something really interesting. I can't remember the deal on this. I don't remember the whole story. You have to watch last year's video to see, because I kind of got the story in that video. I mean, whatever this thing is, it is cool. Look at that exhaust going through there. Is this an Australian thing? I can't remember. I don't know, but it is really neat. Look at the wooden. They use VW. Well, they're flat though. They're bus ones, maybe, I guess. How would they have done that? Aussie VW, yeah, it's Australian. And I don't remember the whole story on it. I have to watch last year's video. You can see it on that. Maybe I'll put a link in the description. The 2024 version. 52 sedan, split window. These are crotch coolers. They pop out so you can get air inside for around your legs. They're kind of cool. It was before they started using the vent wings, and then they had the crotch coolers, and I think then they went to the little slit in the window. You could put it down.
Jimmy, come on, let's do a shot. Let's do a shot.
Yeah.
What's up, Jimmy? Much? Yeah, how you been, baby? Good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, I got here a little bit ago. I saw Andre. He was with this lady. He's like, yeah,
yeah.
we're gonna go to Red Barn. I go, I'm gonna go early too, cause I got a busy day, because I'm actually gonna go to a concert tonight in Santa Cruz. So I go, I'm gonna shoot the Red Barn.
Look at the Schwimmwagen. These are really rare. Hopefully he'll bring this down for the Treffen show. He brings usually a few cars, and I think he brought this one last Treffen. In SoCal, we're gonna have a Treffen coming up again in September, and it's a really cool show to attend if you want to see old stuff. Everything there has to have small tail lights, 61 and older. So there's only so many cars going to be there. This is really neat here. Another one, another original Fastback, looks like to me. We'll see the badge in a second. Let's go look and see what it says. 66 Fastback, purchased by original owner. Wow. Wow, unrestored. Amazing. Look at the, you can see it was just driven. They probably got in a wreck and had to repaint the door or something. Spot painted it. See, it matches a little bit off. That's normal things to see on a car back in the day. But seeing a Fastback like this is just super rare. Look at that. Let's look at the front. That's really neat. Wow, and it has this, the bumper bar on there. Keep it from getting ruined from an accident. 68 auto stick. You know, if you guys have never driven an auto stick, you know, as much as I hated these back in the day, you know, I was young and always wanted to shift. But I'll tell you what, these things are so pleasurable. You drop it into second, so it has 3 speeds. You got first, when you normally put it in first gear, that's reverse, and you go down is low, you know, to where it would be in second gear. Third gear is up and over, like, or second gear is up and over. So you put it in second, and then you just gas it. That's all you do. And you just drive around, and it just, the clutches slip it right into gear. I think it's a fluid drive. I can't remember. I haven't had one apart in years. But it's such a pleasure. You just put it in second, and you just drive it. And then if you need to go a little faster, you drop it into third. And most of the time, unless you're going up a steep hill, you never even use first. You just drive around in second. So it's like driving a complete automatic. And just don't shift it hard or fast or anything. Just go to the next gear. There's just really, really fun. And Volkswagen took this technology and turned it into the DSG that they're using now today. I mean, it's crazy. They never give up on ideas. They just keep evolving. So we got a 59 vert here. Another one. Look at that. Man, this thing's gorgeous. Wow. The colors in the interior are really cool. I like the door panels. And it's a 59, so it's got the flat wheel. Kelly Park's going to be another video coming up, guys. If you haven't checked that one out, you're going to want to see that. It's another. I'm expecting a couple thousand cars. But since this one's a smaller venue, we're going to really spend some time on each one. And each one's super rare. Oh, and there's a black oval. We've got a few ovals and some other cars to show still. I don't want to miss them. So then we got here, this is a 67 SO42. I think this is, let me see, 66 or early 67. Let's see what it is. 66 and early 67 look the same, except they were 12 volt. And you could get a 66 with 12 volt if you paid the extra, but nobody ever wanted to do it. Can't see. Oh, it's a 66. So the knobs, if you see here, the knobs are plastic versus the rubber coated ones are 67. So 66 SO42, all original. You just don't see them in that kind of condition ever. Look at that. Wow. That's cool. Look at that. Oh, wow. I think the curtains were changed. I don't know. I usually see different pattern on the curtains, so maybe they have, maybe not. Maybe that was another option. I don't know. And we got, what is this, 71? Camper. Pristine condition. Look at that. They even, to protect the floors, they just left the old 70s looking carpet in there. See what it says here. 71, Westphalia. Wow, original. It's really cool to see original stuff, guys. So let's go look at, we've got a couple of more ovals, and we've got an oval limo. And I think that's was Coachbuilt a long time ago, the limo. So we'll show that one last. So I think this was his first part of his collection. The black sunroof car. Like I said, he drove 10 of these to one of the events. 10 of them. These do not just sit there. He drives them. Look at that. Wow. So this one he restored, one of his first cars to restore. And then this one here is really cool. I don't know what the deal is with that. Wow. Wow. So is that Denzel Okrasa Porsche 356? I'm thinking 356A. That's my guess. That's what it looks like, what's on there. 356A. That's the carburetors, and the probably has the 74 crank in it, and they use the 36 horsepower case. So this would have been yeah, for gassing it up on the run. This would have been for rally. Did he have a rally radio? Let's look. Does it have a rally radio? does not, but he has the stopwatches there. You can see those, the stopwatches. That's for like, I don't know how those rally things worked out. But maybe I'll bring it down for a Speedwell rally. That'd be really fun. We'll probably do that in the oval. I don't know. I've got some work to do on that and stuff like that, so hopefully I'll get those ready. There's a Solvang rally. This one did it. So he drove some of these to Solvang. Yeah, Solvang is every other year, and then the other year is the Treffin in California, in Southern California. So we're going to be doing the Treffin this year. We will not have the Solvang this year. So that's been really another beauty. Let's take a look at the oval. I forget the history of this car. I don't remember. I've been told and I don't remember. Oh, it's in here if you want to read it. I don't know, I'll go up close so you can see. So, oh, okay. It's a Rometsch. It was a Coachbuilt by Rometsch. And for a 4-door taxi. How about that? Would you like to ride in one of these back in the day? That'd be cool. I mean, it looks pretty comfortable. The seats are pretty nice, and look at the leg room you had. Wasn't too bad, really. And it took ribbed doors, flipped a set of ribbed doors and worked on and made them look like that. It's all ribbed door, early oval. Batwing wheel, look at that. Bagwing wheel. What radio is that? No, it's an AM only. Is it 53 or 54? Could be one of the two. I don't remember what it said on there. Or early 55. 53. I would have guessed 53 anyways. Cool. And it still had the oval in the front and no bullets because it was a early oval. Similar to the split window fenders, but not the same. Really cool. Yeah, I definitely would want to ride in that. That'd be cool. And look how far forward the stick shift goes, like on my oval, same way. Mine, you're reaching way up to put it first. On the 54. Alright, okay, that's it for this. I'll bring you guys back in as we get some more stuff. We will have some people gathering video footage. Other things, the food stuff is pretty neat. I don't know if he's going to do it this year, but they had, well, I think that was only last year. He had some crazy German food, German beer. It was pretty epic. All right, I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. So Josh drove this up. It's got the early 1500, which is basically a 40 horse with a big bore kit. Drove it all the way up. And they brought this one on a trailer just because if one of them broke down, they could drive the other one home. Otherwise, they would just drove them both. This is Andy's. Beautiful car, man. Really cool. Drove it up from Orange County. I don't know where this came from, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
Man, Type 34. These are nice. Let's go look around the outside. There's a lot of other cars that are here. I'll show you some of them. Got a single cab. That's pretty cool. And nice oval. Wow, looks like pretty nice there. Somebody drove that in. We got it's another single cab over here. Look at that, man. Look, 67. Just an original car. Ratted out original. Driving it. A couple of them left. There's the double Doka Synchro. The old rat bug. He drove this one from Idaho. See? Idaho. Drove it. No trailer there. Little 70s bug. Late 60s, early 70s. Nice little rag top showed up. How could you miss out on that? German potato salad, bratwurst, German beer. Well, if that wasn't enough for you, check out the toy stuff. You guys remember those? Cox Dune Buggy? That's an old one. Engine model. Maybe that's it right there. Well, look at that brand. It's definitely overseas there. What do you think about that? Posters, Volkswagen literature everywhere. Look at that, man. Is that a VW watch? With a big key. And then brand new NOS boxes. Bunch of really cool stuff in here too. There's some minis. Minis, let's see. There you go. That's cool. Another Cox Dune Buggy. I think that's what that is, isn't it? Yeah, it's got the little Cox engine in it. We used to take a garden hose and lay it out on the, all squiggled out, and we'd run the little Cox Dune Buggy, and it would just sit there and do wheelies and stuff all over the garden hose. It was a blast. 009 engine. There it is. There's a box too. Me and my cousin both had those. Had a lot of fun with Cox airplanes and dune buggies and all that stuff. We tried to put a radio control in one once. It didn't work very good. Cool. All right. That's it there.